you know, women's pants are very different. It flips upside down.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
It is upside down.
Ow, frick, I just hit my head. Hello, friends. We are here giving you guys another rundown of USPSA belt setups. I have decided to redo this video because the first one I did not have proper filming equipment or mic equipment, so I wanted to give you guys a better production. And we also have Lisa here with her belt setup, so we'll talk about a different couple types of USPSA belt setups. And then another one of my brands that I work with, they also changed their name, so we're gonna give you guys a little update on that. But we will get started.
Oh, hey. Welcome to my channel.
Okay.
I didn't see you there.
We had technical difficulties the first round. We're gonna reduce.
I was parched.
So starting off with our inner belt. So a lot of USPSA belts are gonna have an inner and an outer belt setup, and honestly, almost all belt setups are gonna have something like that. Not just USPSA, but tactical, run and gun, 3-gun, it's all gonna be some sort of inner belt and some sort of outer belt. So the way the inner belt, outer belt system works is this inner belt has the soft or loop side of Velcro on it, and that is the part that's gonna go through your belt loops just like any regular belt would. This one is from Double Alpha Academy. Honestly, all inner belts can pretty much work with any type of outer belt. You use core.
Yeah, I like the core one with this core belt because it's a lot thinner, and I don't want to say flimsier, but it is. It's really thin and kind of flimsy feeling, and the outer belt is super rigid, so it's a nice kind of mix. I don't like to use a super thick rigid belt under a super thick rigid outer belt, so I like that the core inner belt's a little bit thinner.
Yeah, so any type of belt, inner Velcro belt will work. But this just goes on the inside of your belt loops, and your outer belt is gonna have the hook portion of the Velcro, and we'll get into what this belt is here in a second. But pretty much this is just going to Velcro right on the outside of that inner belt. So inner belt goes through the belt loops, and then the outer belt goes on top of the belt loops and on top of the inner belt. Now we're gonna move on to our outer belts. This one is the Double Alpha Academy Lynx Belt, and I had, about a year ago, I want to say, I made the official switch to this belt mainly because it is super comfortable and super form-fitting. It's really movable, as you can see. I can fold it up really small, have it fit in my bag really nicely. And the other fun part of it is, as a female, our hips are a little bit bonier or different shaped, or if you're just kind of a smaller person, maybe you're a little bit skinnier, sometimes wearing the traditional Velcro belts can put a lot of pressure on your hip bones, and after a long day of shooting, it gets kind of uncomfortable, or it just doesn't form the way you want to, so it feels like it's bouncing when you're running. This doesn't do that. This I can get directly on my hips. It'll form really nicely, and then when you pair it with this little ratchet system, this is the Double Alpha Academy ratchet system, you can tighten it. Do I need to be closer? Is that good? You can put this ratchet system in and tighten it however much you need, and then you just flip it the other way to loosen if you need to loosen and get some of that pressure off your hips for the day. So I have really come to enjoy this setup. We'll go back so you guys can see the setup. Yeah, I really enjoy this setup. Really comfortable. I will wear it for hours on end and not be in any pain or have any bruising or soreness at all. So this is the Double Alpha Academy.
I like that color. Is that a custom color?
No, they don't make a pink belt. I took nail polish and painted this one pink. They do have a lot of colors. They have purple, green, blue. I would love if they made a pink. I don't know if they will.
Is there a hot pink now? I feel like I saw a hot, or maybe I made that up. I don't know.
I would really like it.
Don't listen to me. I probably made that up.
We will let Lisa talk about her belt now.
This is the Core Essentials Battle Belt. It's the 1.75-inch Molle belt. I am a huge fan of this one. It also has a ratcheting system. I'll come closer so you can see it.
Our camera was having zoom issues earlier, so
it was having the zoomies,
forgive the production quality.
So it's nice because depending on what kind of pants I wear, the width of my belt, or diameter, circumference, I don't know. Diameter needs to change.
Wait. I'm not a math Asian, guys.
If I wear low-rise pants, I fasten it here. And if I wear high-rise pants, I fasten it here. And it has this little lever on the bottom so you can just change that as you need. So I really like it. The only thing I've had issues with is sometimes it can be hard to find belt attachments that are wide enough, that are the 1.75 inch. But overall, I've had this belt for about,
since I've known you.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years now, and it still is just as sturdy and firm as the day I got it. So it's held up really well, and I have no complaints. Circumference.
I thought you were talking about like this, and I was like, no, that's width. And I don't know why I said diameter.
Diameter is here.
Yes.
Circumference is here.
And
We're highly
radius.
educated women, I promise.
Is that trig? That's
Trig?
No, geometry.
I don't know.
I don't know. The last math I
Anyway.
took was Calc 2, and I barely passed that in college.
I don't do the maths.
That was rough.
I don't do math.
All right, next little bit we're gonna go over is gonna be our holsters. So I partnered with what you guys used to know as Anchor Point Holsters. They have since changed their name to Goliath Defense. So this is same holster that you've probably seen in previous videos. It's just technically a different name now, Goliath Defense. But this is their Pro Series holster. They're customizable. They have a bunch of different prints. I also believe that you can send in, if you want your own custom design, you can send that in for an extra fee, and you can kind of get whatever design you want on their holsters. But this is super awesome. It's a nice hard Kidex. My firearm feels super secure in it. And then they also have these little retention screws. So if you want your holster to be a little bit looser, you can loosen them one way. If you want it to be tighter, you can tighten it back the other way, so that way you can adjust your retention. But yes, those are little smiley faces I put on my screws. I customized my holster by putting stickers on it, but I really like this holster, and there are a bunch of different hanger or belt attachment setups you can get to get this onto your holster. We'll get into that here in just a second, but this is the Pro Series holster. Recommend you get a strong Kidex holster for one, anytime you're carrying a firearm personally, but especially for competition, especially concealed carry, just get a Kidex holster. We're just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll go to Lisa now.
That was an excellent message, Grace.
I am a firm believer in Kidex holsters.
We love Kidex.
So.
We love it. Yes, I completely agree. This is the TXC OVRT holster, spelled OVRT. So when you look it up, it is just a series of letters. TXC OVRT. I've been a huge fan of TXC holsters for pretty much my whole shooting journey. It was, I always say, my first big girl holster. I know, when I was learning how to carry, my boss at the range said, you should try a TXC holster, and I did. And I was really excited when they finally came out with an outside the waistband holster, because it had all been IWB for a while. So they came out with the OVRT series. I've loved it so far. I'm gonna come closer so you can see it. But it is very simple. It has adjustable retention with these retention screws. And it's very, very obviously molded to the specific gun. It's super sturdy Kidex, really awesome company, and I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I don't have stickers on mine yet though, which is kind of lame. I need to get on her level. It's pretty cool.
All right, sweet. All right, now into holster hangers. I didn't even. You had your phone.
Sorry. I'm just like texting in the background.
We're a professional setup here, guys.
Professional setup.
Next up, we're going to talk about our holster hangers. So pretty much how do these holsters attach to our belts. So my holster hanger is actually from Springer Precision, and it's super awesome because what we can do here is a nice little quick release system. So for you guys to see, Springer Precision has a nice little system here. If you can kind of see the back, those screws here are what adjust the cant of the holster. So if you want it to be canted more one way or the other way, you just adjust those on these little holes and that little straight line there to adjust that angle of your holster. And then this little setup attaches directly to your holster, and then I can just slide it on. And got to loosen up my screw a little bit, but slide it on and screw that holster in place. And now this is nice and sturdy on the belt. So this is really nice. Half the time I leave it on here, but if I am ever short on space or just don't want this awkward setup trying to fit in a bag or something, it's really nice because I can just take this holster off. I can also, if I'm shooting multiple guns, I can get this set up and put it on a different holster and super easily change out the firearm I am shooting with on this belt. So Springer Precision, this should come just in their hanger setup. I think they might be out of stock right now. These are pretty popular, but go ahead and go check them out. This has been a super awesome setup and I love it. So highly recommend that you check it out. All right, we got it. I just blanked on the name. It is the Quick Connect holster system, Springer Precision. Go check it out. Now we will let her go.
This is the Henning Group T800 holster hanger. It's super adjustable. It adjusts in 3 different planes. It's got height, caster, and toe, which basically means you can adjust the height. I'll come closer so you can see, but you've got all these ridges. I think it's 7 different height levels, so you can adjust height, caster, your forward and rearward cant of the holster, and then toe, so that's the point angle if this is the gun, the point angle at the bottom if you want it in, out, that sort of thing. So it's super adjustable, which I really like, and it's very sturdy. I used a plastic Kidex, I don't know if it, yeah, probably Kidex holster hanger for a while, and I had a lot of that issue where it would kind of wobble and flare out when I would draw. So this one is super, super sturdy and doesn't do that, which is great.
Sweet. Bunch of different holster hangers.
Bunch of different holster hangers.
Most of your good holster hangers are gonna have ways that you can adjust the cant, the angle, and the what's that called again? Toe of the gun. So like this one uses holes. Other use kind of like a rail system. Yours is almost more of a ridge. So a bunch of different options out there for you guys. Last little bit is going to be our mag pouches. So pretty much how we hold our mags on our gun belt. These are the Double Alpha Academy Alpha XIP pouches. These are super awesome. They use a nice little ball and socket system. I don't know if you guys can kind of, you see that little joint in there a little bit? So that's kind of a ball and socket system. When you order these, they will come with all the pieces you need to attach them to the belt. And you can adjust, again, kind of like the holster, you can adjust the cant, the angle, and actually you can adjust the toe of these also because of that ball and socket system. So you adjust them to make it super easy for those reloads. So for example, my front pouch, I like it to be a little bit more angled so I can really get that nice grabbing of the mag during a reload. The back one, I want it to be a little bit more upright just because of that awkward angle reaching back. And that ball and socket system allows you to do that. Double Alpha Academy, and I know a bunch of other brands do, but we also have a magnet here. This is super convenient for those kind of unloaded start stages where all mags must come from a singular barrel. The mag should actually stick to this magnet. So that way you can just stick them on and not really have to worry about running back to a barrel in a certain stage. Don't use it that often. The magnet isn't gonna make or break a stage, but it is nice and convenient to have. So if you're ordering mag pouches, if you're ordering mag pouches from Double Alpha Academy, go ahead, get yourself a magnet too. But like I said, they will come with all of those pieces you need to adjust them. They also come with a bunch of different widths. So if you want tighter, looser, more retention, less retention, you can adjust all of that with their system. So highly recommend going to check those out.
I really want a magnet, so the next kind of part of my belt that I will redo when I get around to it is moving these guys around. A magnet has been on my list for a really long time, and it's just something that I haven't gotten around to purchasing because
it was a birthday gift from my coach.
I'm really broke.
We're
But
both broke grad
we're
students.
both broke grad. Well, actually,
you're graduated.
I finally graduated,
I'm
so now I'm a
not.
broke graduated person. But I digress. I would love a magnet, and I plan on getting one soon. So I have 2 different kinds of mag pouch on my belt. Why, might you ask? I'll tell you why. These were a gift. I wish I could tell you what they are. I just have one left, actually. It's from Amazon. I don't know what it is. It was a gift when I first started competing and needed mag carriers. And it was fine, not my favorite. Then I got some TXC OVRT mag carriers, but I only got 2 of them. So if you're wondering why I have 2 different mag carriers, that is why.
And finish this up strong. Oh,
I don't think my hip mobility is good enough for that. I'm not coming
All right, guys,
around.
we're having technical difficulties, but we're almost done. You
What was the last thing I
took your
said?
mag pouch off.
Yes,
Over there.
I did. I did. So yours are screwed onto your belt.
These are stuck.
Which is great. I mean, I like that. These are on Blade Tech Lock, which is a kind of attachment that you can take on and off. So basically you can adjust how wide it is or for whatever belt width you have with these little guys, and then you can snap it together, which is kind of nifty. Lock. There we go. Ta-da. And oh, I meant to show you something else. So on the back, you have a bunch of screws so you can adjust the angle of your mag carrier. It's not as adjustable as hers are, just because it's not that ball and socket. It is a screw panel, so you don't have quite as many adjustment options, but it's pretty nice. I really like these. They're simple, they work really well, and I will soon replace my old one with another one of these, but I really like them. No complaints. They're not as fancy, but they get the job done. So whatever you need. A good entry-level mag.
So actually that kind of leads me into the segue I wanted to say to finish off. If you're looking to get started in USPSA and you're watching this video and you're thinking to yourself, I don't have any of this, I can't get started, I'm never going to be able to start. You don't need any of this to actually shoot the sport. We're kind of nerds about it, and as you get more into the sport, you just start getting different gear. With USPSA or any shooting sport in general, all you need is a safe Kidex holster, really. I mean, you can even shoot from appendix as long as it is a safe holster. My very first match, I think I borrowed, it was my dad's Springfield XDM with it was a Glock. It was one of the two. It was such a long time ago, but it was one of those outside the waistband holsters that just slides on your belt, and I put my mags in my pocket. So you really don't need all of this to get started. In fact, I know plenty of GMs that shoot with their duty gear or shoot from concealment. So you really don't need all of this stuff to get started. So don't let seeing this video deter you from getting started if you think that you need all this to shoot a match. You really don't. We love when new people show up, and honestly, I kind of want to start shooting from appendix after this major match season, just to train a little bit more. And
I just got a new appendix holster for my 320.
We might be joining production after Carry Optics Nationals, because I kind of want to shoot from concealment a little bit. So yeah. So anyways, this is a holster setup if you're looking to switch, or if you're kind of in the sport and you're wanting to get more, or if you are in the sport and you just want to know what type of stuff you need. So hopefully this helped you guys out. Hopefully went in a little bit more detail than my first video I made a few months ago when I first started this channel, and we've got a whole other belt setup on here that you guys can compare and pick and choose. So that's all I got. We will see you guys next week. Stay safe. Breath time. I always do that. I forget to breathe. And I feel like I talk really fast.
I do that too.